If you've been looking for a 24-inch budget gaming monitor, the Viewsonic XG2431 is basically your best option. For $230 USD, you get a great 1080p 240Hz IPS panel with great color accuracy and very low response times. But what makes this monitor special at this price range is the backlight strobing mode, which is usually associated with more expensive esports monitors. Don't worry, if you don't know what backlight strobing is, it basically works by turning off the backlight between each screen refresh, giving you a cleaner image with less ghosting. And this specific monitor with the backlight strobing turned on reminded me of my OLED monitor because of that very low ghosting, which is a really good sign. And yeah, I've been really enjoying playing video games on this monitor. Everything is very responsive and very smooth. The motion clarity is amazing, as I mentioned, and it feels very similar to my OLED monitor, which is a really good sign for a $230 monitor. The backlight strobing mode on this monitor has 4 different settings, but the only 2 usable settings are light and normal. Because with the backlight strobing mode turned on, you actually lose some brightness from the display. And with the light and normal mode, the brightness loss is very minimal and it's still a playable experience. But once you go above that, it's basically too dim for you to see anything. So I do recommend, if you're going to turn it on, leave it on light or normal. This is an IPS panel, so the color accuracy is really good out of the box. And according to ratings.com, it's 81% accurate. But if you do decide to calibrate it, it will be very accurate at 98%, which is a really good sign for a monitor at this price. The stand that comes with this monitor is also very impressive for this price range. It can do everything that you want it to do, like swivel and tilt, and it can even go into vertical mode, which is a nice to have. The only downside to the stand is that it doesn't have a cable management opening. This monitor is really good for FPS games, but it's not going to be good if you mostly play story-based games, because the HDR and the pixel density on this monitor is not great. It's only a 1080p monitor, which means you're not going to get the clearest image, and it's also only 24 inches, which means that it will be too small for you to have an immersive experience playing any story-based games. So if you play any of those games most of your time, then I suggest you stay away from this one. But if FPS games is mostly what you play, then this is going to be a really great choice. This monitor is also not going to be good for people that do work during the day. So if you edit videos, do any type of creative work, this monitor I do not recommend, because it's only 1080p with 24 inches, so you're not going to have much space to do much productive work, and it's not going to be pixel dense enough for things to be sharp. So if you plan to do creative work with this monitor, I suggest you look somewhere else. In conclusion, if you're looking for a 24-inch budget gaming monitor and you play mostly competitive games, then this is a great choice. But if you like to play story-based games and want a great HDR experience, or if you do some creative work, then I suggest you look somewhere else.